Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite cryptopreneurship show. My name is Paul, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about altcoins. We're going to be talking about the drop we had, the bounce we had, what we are expecting, because as you can see on this channel, we're actually calling the drops and the buy bounce places. What can I call them? What's lack of a better term? Ranges, we're calling them pretty well. So I want to help you. I want to help you actually make profits, or at least make back some of your profits, some of your losses. And I want to do that by helping you with some technical analysis, answering your questions, and being there for you. And I do plan on making more videos, as you've been seeing, but more videos during what's coming up to be a potential bear market. Now we're in a bounce. I'm going to tell you what the strategy is right now. Hold your horses. But I'm basically going to tell you what I'm doing, what you can do, and how you can actually be profitable, or at least set yourself up so you can actually make profits in the next cycle, or while this one is still in play. So let's start by looking at the charts. Let's start by looking at Bitcoin. I am in Greece, by the way, at the moment. I am drinking soda, sparkling water, basically. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're watching, or what, well, obviously you're watching me, what you're drinking, and also know that this live stream is brought to you by Alipal cold wallets, and we'll talk about them a little bit more later on, but these are my wallets of choice for 2026. Now, as I said, I'm in Greece right now. I'll be in Romania by the end of the month. Then I will be going to Dubai, and we'll see where and how we'll be doing these live streams. Chuck, my man, with the mushroom soup. Love the mushroom soup, man. Getting jealous, bro. Getting jealous. Coffee with cocos and mushrooms. Good morning by B-Germ. Everyone's saying good green monster drink. I used to be addicted to those, man. And then when you patiently start your, okay, all right. Let's get to it, and good luck with your surgery. Let's get to it. Let's look at the Bitcoin price. So as you can see, Bitcoin on the daily broke down under the range as we said it will, and came to the low 60K level, exactly where I said we should see a bounce. I made tweets and said we're gonna be bouncing, and I bought at 62, not at the bottom, not catching falling knives here. And now it looks like we are trading within the mid-prior range over here, or just under it. No, just on top of it, sorry. So we're right here. Just move it down a little bit. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is what we're looking at right now. And what we want to see, right now we're bouncing, and we're expecting a bounce to this level. Now, a couple of things you gotta be careful of. There's a hidden level, a hidden resistance level right here. Here and here. And this is the place where we lost structure. If we passed that level, chances are, even if we reject, we'll hold support, come back up, and start trading with this within this range over here. This is a scenario that we have to look out for, we have to expect. Because if we start working in this range over here, we want to be very careful and pay attention to see if we're going to exit or wait for a continuation of a bigger bounce, because we do get rallies and massive bounces even in bear markets. So I'm not making a call here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we come up here for a while and make this right shoulder on this overall picture over here. And then we can reevaluate, right? But I have to say, this is not something that's probable at this time. Why am I saying it's not probable at this time? Not that it can't happen. I'm saying it because ever since we dropped below 74K, even though we are bouncing, we are still considering this a bear market until proven otherwise. because that's where the probabilities lie, both on the timing, both on structure, both on weakness, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So we have to look at this as a bear market until proven otherwise. By next week, we'll know if it was a fake out and we have a continuation, or if we keep going and this cycle lasts a little bit more before we actually go down and we trade. We'll see when that time comes. By working in ranges, looking at structure, this is how you don't care about noise, you don't care about news, you don't care about what people are saying, you're just following price and structure, right? Now, this I would consider the bullish case. This over here is the bullish case, but chances are this is not going to happen. Now, I'm not saying it's not, I'm saying chances are. So what the other scenario, let's look at the bearish scenario. The bearish scenario is we reject at this prior level I told you over here, or this bottom range over here, and we start coming down. If we come down back here and this breaks, then all hell's gonna break loose. And when I say all hell's gonna break loose, understand that the price doesn't have to go much lower, although it can. We'll talk about predictions and prices later on if you want. The problem is, if we indeed stay in a bear market, which is the likelihood, is we can actually, even if we don't go down to that level, we can stay down here for a while. That's what I was telling you guys. Like, we can stay down here for a while, then break. But even if we don't break, even if we break up after, this can take 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. This is why I'm not waiting to go down to the 200 to buy. Because first of all, we should get a bounce, but we don't know when we're going to get the bounce. We're going to get it now, next week, in a month, in 5 months. So that's why I made a buy order at 62K, and that's 1/3 of my cash position I was holding to buy the drop, then another 1/3 at the 50K-ish level, and so on, if that makes sense. And if it goes up, then I can use that 2/3 that's left over to buy altcoins and lagging plays. Now, talking about altcoins and lagging plays, quick parenthesis, or quick side note if you want to be, I was telling you that certain alts are gonna run. And I was talking about hype, which is right now making its run, probably because it was holding up so well before. But as you can see, it's actually looking very strong, even though we had a lot of bear, not massive drop, not a massive upside, but not a massive drop either compared to other coins. But I was also telling you about Aster as a second run-up, and people were really nasty in the comment section when I said this, but look, I'm sorry, but Aster and hype are doing very well. Because one of the narratives we're going to get either in a bounce or even the next cycle narratives is almost 100%, nothing's 100%, but in my prediction here is that perpetual dexes are going to make a huge move, and it's going to be one of the main narratives for the next cycle regardless. So whether we go into bear and it doesn't work out, this strength just validates my position that in the next cycle, perpetual dexes will have a huge place and a huge narrative, in my opinion. And if we don't, if we continue and we bounce, this is where to be in anyway. So if you are buying altcoins, these are the altcoins you want to get. Yes, you might go for a little bit of privacy. Yes, Solana, Sui, yes, I get that. And Ethereum, yes, I understand that, but perpetual dexes is where it is. Perpetual dexes are strong, and because they're so cheap, you don't have to look at Bluefin or anything like that, or even Avantis. You can do, but I would just stick to the big boys, Hype and Aster. It's like saying Bitcoin and Ethereum, but in the perpetual dex market sector. Does that make sense? So that's what we're looking at. And this is what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Now, even though we are down here, the factor line is still an extreme momentum and extreme volume, plus another couple of factors I'm not disclosing. And that means right now we were due for a reversal down here, and I told you based on this we were, but this reversal can actually continue because yes, this adds volume and momentum, but once it's there and once you get a bottom, this is a reversal signal. Things change. See, if you actually take my course and you actually have the factor line, you actually understand how to use it, there's little nuances or ways of play, if you will, that helps you buy bounces, buy bottoms and tops, and also protect yourself when you have to protect yourself and so on. That's why you should check it out here. This is my course, Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor. And it comes with the indicator lifetime, the factor line indicator for life. Plus, with an AI coach, you can ask whatever you want. A group on Telegram, you can ask me whatever you want. There's a whole bunch of stuff goes on there. There's so many benefits there. Now, if you can't afford it because it's an expensive course, an indicator, it's not cheap. Even though the price will go up more, it's not cheap. You might not be able to afford it. So I actually developed free tools to help you trade and make money so you can afford it, so you can buy it. So check out AICryptoSuite.com. These are tools I made. Let me just put it up here real quick. AICryptoSuite.com. You can find Is My Coin Dead over here to see if you're holding any crap coins. You shouldn't be. Crypto TH reality check. Just copy paste the chart in here. Coin scan to see if it's a scam and so on. Check it out. And that way you can actually make money. And that way you can afford my course. And then it's win-win because then you'll make more money and I'll get the credit. And, we'll be like, oh my God, Paul's so amazing and special. And I'll get my branding deals and so on. So it's win-win. That's what I'm trying to do here. It's the whole point here. So, with that said, I want to answer some of your questions in the chat, and I will be looking at some of your coins and looking at technicals in the chat, okay? That's what we're going to do today, okay? So we're going to have some fun today. I'm going to answer all your questions, but also look at the coins you want me to look at. I think I have about an hour or at least half an hour. Let me drink some water. But before I go on, especially now, especially in turmoil, especially when bear markets are just around the corner, whether we're in one, getting in one, staying in one, doesn't matter. Let's say we're all wrong. I don't know. I don't care. The thing is, a lot of shit goes wrong, especially with exchanges. And I don't want you holding your crypto on exchanges, not your keys, not your crypto. You don't want to be holding on exchanges. You're hearing people getting frozen up on MEXC. You're hearing people not being able to take their money their crypto out on Binance, on all major exchanges. And everyone says it's FUD. Everyone says this can't be true until it happens to them, and it will happen to them, and it can happen to them. It happened to one of my clients. So understand it's actually possible for you to get frozen. And the inconveniency, if it takes 3 or 4 months to get your funds back, if you get your funds back, guess what? Opportunity cost, you can't sell, you can't buy, you can't protect yourself. And the stress is, it's just crazy. You just don't want that. And this has happened to me, not with an exchange, but with crypto wallets. With a debit card, not a crypto wallet, excuse me, with a debit card, a crypto debit card, Wirex in the past locked my funds. Now, of course, I had them unlocked. I gave them paperwork, how I got my money. They were asking AML and all that crap. And of course, I gave it to them. I mean, I was making money in crypto. I was working for crypto companies. But the stress and the paperwork and everything they were asking for was huge. So I got my money out, closed up, and never got them again. Very simple. I use other crypto wallets right now. If you watch my channel, then you know which crypto wallets I'm referring to. One is UPay. One is the BitGet wallet, but UPay is my favorite one. And I do have videos on my channel. If you search UPay or search debit card on my channel, you'll find it, right? But what I recommend you do right now is get yourself a wallet. I recommend Elipal. This is my wallet of choice in 2026. They also won Forbes Award in 2024. You have a wallet like this, looks really cool. Right? It looks like a phone. It's very light, very sturdy, very strong. And it just works. It's very safe. And what you do is you have an application on your phone, your iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. And then whenever you make a transaction, you have to scan and vice versa. So it checks everything. Otherwise, nothing leaves your wallet. And it just works perfectly. And they're adding all these new features and new coins and cryptocurrencies, and they are serious about what they are doing. It's actually, I'm using it myself. Look, I have closed boxes here because obviously I'm promoting them on this channel, so they're sponsoring my videos. Look, they send me boxes to use myself and do whatever I want with them. I'm already using them before I even sent them. right? Plus, when I travel, I use the Altcoin card wallet, and I have a few card wallets, but the Altcoin is the one I use, which I can't find right now because I'm a genius when it comes to these things. Did my girlfriend take my shit again? Oh God. That's it, we're going bankrupt. I must have used it to pull out crypto. Great. Give me a second, guys, this is stupid. Do I have it here? No. Did my girlfriend take my wallet? No, she wouldn't. She doesn't even know how to use a wallet. She might have taken my debit card. That's okay. She can use it. But I think I lost my crypto wallet. I'm talking about how to keep your crypto safe. And I literally lost my crypto wallet. Yeah, crypto. Keep your crypto safe, guys. Don't. There it is. I was like, what's going on? Because my girlfriend cleans the house, right? So maybe she like misplaced it or something. She wouldn't take it. She doesn't know what to do with it. But here you go. Plus, she wouldn't be able to use it anyway. You also need the application. So again, you have your phone and you have the app on the phone and you have your Altcoin card. So when I travel, now I'm going to go to Romania at the end of the month in Dubai and I want my crypto with me. Look, you can get same philosophy. You scan the card though. Does that make sense? You scan the card and that's how you make your transaction. So all your crypto is safe. Altcoin, by the way, if you're watching this video, you're probably laughing your ass off right now. By the way, I also made a video on crypto security that's it goes into a little bit more depth on how to protect your computer and your stuff on crypto, because most people don't know. Most people don't know. It's not just about having just one wallet. There's a few more things you need. So if you actually go to my channel, right here, Protect Your Crypto Now, Hardware, Wallet, and Security Guide. This talks about how to actually protect your system, how to protect everything. I show you apps, free applications in this that will protect you from honeypots, people draining you, especially if you're in DeFi or meme coins. You want these apps, they're free. Go check that video out after you watch this video. Okay, now, anyway, regardless, let's move on, I digress. I'll also link it in the description down below if you're watching this live stream later. I'll put it in the links in the description down below along with Altcoin wallet, which again is right here. Okay, cool. Now, let's leave it on there. Let's leave it on there. All right, let me drink some sparkling water. Let's have a look at some of your questions in the chat. Someone's downing Gulfport and Diet Coke in front of the sea. That's awesome. Bear market ahead or not? So we are in a bear market now until proven otherwise. So you're playing this as if you are in a bear market and you're also playing the range. What does that mean? You're not buying or selling right now until we see where the range breaks, in my opinion. You're actually sitting on your hands. If you didn't buy the drop to 60K like I told you to, if you missed the video, if you missed the tweet, if you missed, I don't know what you're doing if you did, but if you missed all that, number one, you should subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss it next time. And also follow me on X, MCPaulD, MCPauld. That's my username. I have a blue check mark. Check that out. That's number one. Number two, you want to wait to see where this is going to break. So let's talk about Bitcoin so you understand what I'm saying specifically about Bitcoin first. So right now we're sitting where? Let's have a look here. Let's delete all this. So for me right now, you're playing this range that I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to mark the top range using the previous bottom range over here, plus where we broke structure right here at 74K. For me, that's the resistance of the range. And then the support of the range for me is right here. If you want to get technical, it's also at the bottom candle where we bought it, 60K psychological. And psychological is extremely important because it's a round number. So this is the range we're in. And this is a range, and you're waiting to see if we're going to break above this two lines over here and make these support. How does that become support? Every time you break resistance and it becomes support if it goes up. So that's that becoming support. Does that make sense? If you break and make it support, all resistance becomes support, and vice versa down here. Okay? So you're waiting for this, or if we start going down over here, and it's a feeble bounce, you would either sell under the range, but for me, honestly, because of this market right now and the probabilities, and because we're acting as if it's a bear market until proven otherwise, I'll take the mid-range from the previous range over here a long time ago, and say if we break this line, and let me just mark this line yellow, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And let's take the bottom over here from this candle right here. See this candle right here? I'm going to take that range. So from here to here. And I would say if you break under this range, like you break under, doop, doop, becomes resistance, then this, I don't know if this is going to hold, but I would assume it won't until proven otherwise. So I would be very careful and start protecting myself regardless. So you're not doing anything until you drop below this yellow line or white line, depending on your style, or above these two white lines up here, to put it in layman terms, okay? That's what you're looking at. And if you go to the 4 hour, you'll see that there's actually pretty big difference. You can actually play that. See what I mean? So let's simplify this. Forget that line. Forget this line. And forget this line. Right? So you're waiting to either get above this line and make this support over here. So you're going to come up, make support, you buy. Or you come down. Wait a second. Shit. You come down, you make this, the previous line before, zoom in, see what it was, and make that resistance, you get out, basically. Okay? I'm trying to keep everything simple. For people that know technical analysis, that are watching this channel, and know exactly what I'm talking about. And the ones of you that don't, doesn't really matter, you get the drift here, okay? All right, let's move on to other questions in the chat. How does Casper look? Let's look at Casper. Even though I would not look at altcoins in a potential bear market. But Casper right now is actually quite interesting. Look, when it comes to Casper, you have to take what's going on now, but you also have to take a look at the overall look. So, look. Right now, Casper bounced and just rejected this range, the top of this range. So I would not look at Casper just because it's in this range over here. I'm not saying it can't go up. Obviously, if it goes a little bit higher, I would buy. No, I wouldn't buy it higher, but I would buy it higher, but not in this particular time. But even if this becomes a support, that's bullish, short term. But you have all these resistance areas. So much resistance areas. So I wouldn't be looking at Casper right now personally. That said, it is gold over here in the trend stacker. That's bullish. But there's no gold buy signal on the factor line. Let's just go to the daily real quick because I want to look more long term. But yeah, you have all these resistances. And I'm just drawing this because I can't be bothered to use the tools. But you have all these resistance. I wouldn't get into Casper right now until we see what happens. I would rather buy Casper up here than down there. Because when it comes back here, at least you have this this prior range, and then your whole mission is to get into this bigger range over here, right? So I wouldn't get into Casper right now. I know you're calling me crazy. Now that said, something very interesting. It did come down to this range over here. I just want to show you how technical analysis works, and bounced right at the bottom of the previous range back here. And that's what usually happens in these kind of markets. So at the very least, you want to wait for it to make support from the previous top range over here. So I take back almost whatever I said. I would buy if this becomes support, just because of this move over here. You never know, we might see something analogical over here. The only difference is over here, blue sky breakout, price discovery, no resistance. Over here, there is resistance, so it's going to be a bit harder. It won't be as fast to get up there, if that makes sense. So you have time for Casper, but it looks better than other coins from what I saw. But you have to wait for those ranges to break. Why are we defaulting to a bear market? I disagree. We are in a bull market until now and coming out of 2025. I'll tell you why. Very simple. Because, and you have to be unbiased with what I'm going to tell you. Just like I was screaming that we are in a normal cycle or bull market until proven otherwise, until structure breaks, we broke structure. So now we're in a bear market until proven otherwise. Because it can last a long time. It's not just about price. So if we come to the Bitcoin chart real quick, I'll show you exactly what I mean. And this, obviously, we're just charting Bitcoin now, mostly. So this is the Bitcoin chart, right? This is last time I was showing you this stuff over here. I was telling you to buy from down. See how I predicted this? Bottom of this range. Perfect call. Oh, this is this is the bear market call. I was talking about this over here range and coming over here. Anyway, I can't remember what I was talking about. Let's just remove all this because this is the Binance chart now. So look, as I was saying, right here, this yellow line is where you break structure. Why? Because any drop above this, over here, all these drops were just higher lows. They were just higher lows. So this was our line in the sand. Now that we're under, even this right here is it's just a lower high. We've changed trend, we've changed direction, so to speak. Right? Okay, maybe this is not perfect there, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Right? So we changed direction, we changed trend, we broke structure, and now we can stay in here for a very long time. So until proven otherwise, we're defaulting to a bear market, because if you are buying this like you're a bull market, you're going to get wrecked. And if you turn out to be right, and it just goes up, it'll be a lucky call. Then you think you're a TA god, and you're not. And that's what's happened to everybody else. Everybody that was calling this a bear market too early, they now think they're God, and they haven't learned technical analysis because they don't understand structure yet. They just don't get it. Because they want to be right, because they can say on YouTube they were right and make the call and everything. Very few times people will say I'm wrong. That's how it works. So now that's why we're looking at that. Plus, don't forget, we were calling for the top of Bitcoin to come in 130 to 140,000, start taking profits to 120. We were talking about that. And we were saying top will come in end of 2025, beginning 2026. We were right about that. Maybe we didn't get it exact, and we took profits coming down from 117,000, started exiting 112,000, but that's normal. You don't get the absolute tops or absolute bottoms. Most money is to be made in between anyway. But you get the drift. So that's why we are in a bear market until proven otherwise. Because right now, structure suggests we're in a bear market. After a week or so, if we're still under that structure, we are definitely in a bear market. Archie said that alts will eventually, I talked about that as well, but I was talking about a selective alt season that will take off either when we have a bounce, if it's big enough, or we have a continuation of a bull market. And yes, I agree with Archie. Aye, aye, Captain. What is your opinion on quantum computing threat? There is no threat, because if quantum compute, first of all, banks and normal legacy methods of works, if you will, for lack of better terms, are a lot easier to hack than Bitcoin. Then you can make Bitcoin quantum resistance with a quick update. That's what's going to happen. As soon as there's consensus, which there will be, otherwise everyone's going to lose their shit, then they're going to update it to be quantum resistance anyway. So I don't buy into it. I don't care. Pulse chain is the next unicorn. I disagree. And no one needs exchanges anymore. Not Pulse chain or anything else. But the onboarding is very hard to go into Pulse chain. And I was telling you this before last time, that Pulse chain is, you're not going to have a bull market this market, and it's not going to. And I was right. Now, if it's going to happen in the future or not, we'll take it as it comes. But to say it's the next unicorn, I don't think so. I think perpetual dexes will be. And I think it's too much friction for Pulse chain to take off. Now, you can make money because the people in Pulse chain will pump it, and there's not a lot of liquidity, so it could probably be pumped a lot easier. But I don't think it's going to take off that easily, unless miraculously Richard Hart makes a massive comeback, starts streaming like he used to, because I was saying you're investing in Richard Hart. You're not investing in anything else. But I believe if Richard Hart makes a comeback, he's going to push his new project, which I think sounds a lot better, to be honest with you. And I might even get on board with that if he does, and if he starts streaming like he used to, because there's massive amounts of profits to be made. But unless that somehow trickles into Pulse chain, they have to get rid of friction. Everyone wants new users, but it's too hard to get in, it's too confusing, and everyone lives in their own fucking bubble in there. It doesn't work that way. Guys, you can't want mass adoption and have third-party apps and shit like that. It's going to be niche forever, and it's too late to be niche forever because there's so much others are frictionless, they are pumping, and people are going to go there. There's supply and demand. It's greed and fear. That's all the markets run on, nothing else. So I'm sorry, I agree with you. I know you don't want to hear that, and I might lose a couple of subscribers from Pulse Chain here, but understand that I wasn't Hex when I was making money. I did sacrifice for Pulse. It was a disappointment, and I called it. It was the wrong move. We made a mistake, and I was one of the first people to say that. And even though I did make profits with Hex and so on, you have to be unbiased if you want to make money. I'm sorry. So I disagree with you, man. I disagree with you. Until proven otherwise. Hey, maybe Hart comes back, maybe it comes back online and there's no friction again, then yes, it might do well. But right now, there's a whole bunch of coins that are forked from other coins that don't do shit because it doesn't have the same mechanics. Yes, there's a copy of Uniswap. Yes, there's a copy of this, a copy of that, but they don't do the same shit. They don't do the same shit, and it's like a copy. It's like taking a picture of it. It doesn't make sense, but the picture can't do what the other ones do because it doesn't work. It's empty. It doesn't have the foundation. Does that make sense? And look, when we were talking about NFTs, and he was saying that NFTs are going to have more value on Pulse Chain, I was saying, no, it's not. It's not going to be the same. Now, I was wrong because NFTs didn't make a comeback, at least not in any meaningful. Well, they didn't make a comeback, and I said they're going to make a comeback at some point. I didn't really put a time on it, but nothing happened on Pulse Chain. There's nothing to do there. Sorry. Hello from California. What's up? How does crypto generally perform after the Super Bowl? I have no idea. I don't look at that shit, man. Because there's causation and correlation. And you can't know if it happened because of that or anything like that. Mr. Paul, I am a long hype 8 at the moment. What are your thoughts? I think that hype, Mohammed, is relatively a good coin that you can get away with holding in the bear market. You don't necessarily want to do that, but it's a good coin. I am very comfortable holding hype, the amounts I have, in a bear market. And I think it could do very well. And I think not having it is a mistake. Whether you're holding it now or buying it later as we're coming out of a bear market, which would be better, I think it would be a mistake ignoring it. Because it's just the price action and strength is so good on it. The chart looks so good and so strong that even if it goes down, I'm comfortable holding it. Now, I don't want to hold massive amounts. I'd rather hold Bitcoin only. But Hype is one that I have some change left over in the thousands, obviously. And I'm just holding it because why not? Until we see what happens. Because if you notice, Hype didn't drop as much as the other coins. It didn't go up as much, but it didn't go drop either. So, please chat Solana. I think Solana is going to do extremely well, billions, especially in the next cycle. And if it drops, I'll be buying it as it drops. I actually sold before the drop. I am holding a little bit of Solana. But as it drops, if it drops, I'll start accumulating for long term. Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, SUI, Hype, Aster, long term. So you accumulate even throughout the bear market. Everything else as you're coming out of the bear market, in my opinion, humbly. Do I like Plasma XPL? No. Any insight on Dogecoin? It's a meme coin, the king of meme coins. When meme coins come back, Dogecoin's going to be one that will be back as well. But I'd be comfortable holding Dogecoin. I am not currently. At least I don't think I am. Maybe I have some change left over somewhere. But generally speaking, holding Doge, for me, it's okay. I'm actually going to start mining Doge at some point as well, and Bitcoin. And I'm going to start mining, lucky mining, like lottery mining. Let me show you. I have one here. The first one actually came in. I do want to do an unboxing of this. Not sponsored. I bought this myself. But I'm going to make videos about this baby here. And it's just fun. It's just fun. And I might do an unboxing. I'm not sure. I'll just set it up, whatever. We'll see. But yeah, what I'm doing this bear market or sideways market or cycle or whatever you want to call it, don't care. There's a few things I'm getting into. One is solo mining, just lucky because I'm a gambler. I just want to gamble every day. It's like playing the lottery every day. You might get a block and get 3 Bitcoins, very rare, but why not? Number 2, I want to start mining Doge or something. I'm going to see how I'm going to do that. We'll see. 3, I'm getting involved in AI. I've already made AI crypto suite with AI projects. Plus, if you go to my website, here's my new website. If you want to know more about me, this is my new website, pauldemocracy.com. I actually updated it today, and you can see exactly what I'm doing. Crypto, AI, and online projects. These are my channels over here, my YouTube channels. My crypto channel is the Crypto Factor. You're on here right now. My business and AI channel is over here. My main business is the Crypto Factor because I do crypto media tools and consulting for companies. DigiFire Marketing as well is my company with Luai in Dubai. Then the AI tools I have created to help you over here. And some fun projects like D20 Roll, VTM Roll, and so on, Picker Dice. These are little games I made or projects I made. These are the books I wrote. And of course, my speaking gigs and so on you can check out. And if you come, let's say, to VTM Roll, this is just a tracker, if you will. I made this myself because I'm learning how to vibe code and how to use AI and prompt engineering. You just roll. Let me put some sound. Let me put the symbols on. Boom. So this is for Vampire. This is for the game Vampire. Oh my God, my brain just stopped. But anyway, and you have a character tracker over here, as you can see, and you can select your clan and you enter your name. And then you have your roles. This is like a board game like D&D, your blood. This is like a D&D sort of thing. And but it's for Vampire. This is a Vampire game. So I developed this for my friend because he has a group and everything. So this is what I created for him. So you can actually play and not have to use dice or play online, live rooms coming and so on. There's guides here, for example, how to play if you're interested, and so on. About what it is, what this is, and the dice roller. And live rooms are coming soon, so it's going to be So this is what I made. It works on your phone, works everywhere, safe, you don't connect on anything, and so on. Then, if you want something else, like everyone knows what Dungeons and Dragons is, or D&D, I hope. I actually played Dungeons and Dragons, or I used to. I made one for Dungeons and Dragons. I need to update this a little bit. But I made one for Dungeons and Dragons over here as well. So you can use your dice over here, how many you want. If there's three dice on screen. If there's more, obviously, there's too many, so you can't. You can put your modifiers here and so on. So this is what I made. And it has an AI assistant which you can ask questions. I might add this to the vampire one as well. You got dice, if you want to buy dice, by the way. Little shop here for myself, so I can make some money as well. Guides, and so on. So that's what I've done. You can find everything at pauldemocracy.com. And I'm learning AI, learning prompt engineering, because I want to start doing that because I know it's the future. And I'm using AI to build apps for lead magnets for companies and so on, crypto companies as well, so I can help them actually do more production and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'm doing. Can you bring up your crypto bubble pics? I missed it. What crypto bubble pics? Oh, crypto bubble pics. Just Aster, Hype, and a few more. These are generally ones I'm holding, but Hype and Aster are the ones I'm more bullish on right now, and CC. Forgot about that one. I think that'll do good if we have a continuation. Everything else I've minimized, but I'm stuck holding. And yeah, that's about it. Is Paul a good? No. Wait till we start coming out of a bear market. You don't know what it's going to be. I know AI is going to make a comeback, and maybe Paul is one of those. And if we have a continuation, yes, AI may run. So you may want to be holding some AI plays. But you might want to go a little bit more blue chip, like Tau, Betenza. I'm not holding any, by the way. I'm not holding any PAL either. I sold it close to the top. Well, not close to the top, but on the top third, if that makes sense. Or top fourth. I don't think I would buy Paul right now, but let me just check just in case I'm wrong. Let's have a look what Paul's doing. I might be wrong. Paul doing exactly what we said a while ago. Can't remember when I did this chart. But I said we're in this range. And we have to see if we're going to break down or break up. And you're not doing anything until we break a direction. As you can see, we haven't broken a direction. So you do nothing until it breaks up or breaks down. Breaks down, it's over. Breaks up, makes support. You can look to buying. But remember, the difference this time, rather than last time, because last time we broke and we had, look, boom, boom, and we called this. We had this massive rise. This time, as you're rising, you have resistance, 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 resistance. So it's going to be very, very hard to come back up. It'll have to be a whole AI narrative, and I'm not sure this is the right time to get into that. You want to get into safer coins, so if we go down, if you're left holding anything, you're at least left holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, SWI, Aster, Hype, which can more likely make a comeback, rather than going through the bear market. Companies close, fold, get rugged, lose money, go bankrupt. There's a whole bunch of shit that can go wrong. So you don't want to be holding these obscure altcoins, if that makes sense. Have you ever, is BFS legit or another rug? Good question. Let's have a look. I don't know what it is. So let's go to AICryptoSuite.com and let's check CoinScan. This is a coin. This is something I developed to be able to scan these kind of coins. Let's see if it's even in this first of all, though. BFS. The contract address would help, but let's just do it like this. See if it finds it. Let's see what it comes up with. Is it BFS Finance or token? Probably. If you give me the contract address, I'll be able to look at it better for you. But for now, let's just see what it comes up with. If not, you can just go use this tool on your own. Just go to AICryptoSuite.com and just pick the tool. It's free and you can use it. And then it will let you know what it finds. Just give it a second, 34 seconds. So, CoinScan, extreme risk. Why? So if this is the token you're referring to, it's a very new token. Pair created 3 days ago, so you're probably shilling it, which is when most rugs and honeypots happen, so I wouldn't get it now myself. Tiny liquidity versus stated valuation. So this is a big red flag. High slippage and easy liquidity pool risk. Narrative driven, Mr. Beast's financial, okay, so we don't know about that, but there's no disclaimers or anything like that from what I see. No disclosed team, no clear utility or roadmap. Deck screener shows a recent community takeover claimed ownership. I don't know what that's all about. On-chain signals, Solana mint reportedly this. Liquidity shown 58K, Meteora, okay, not checked up, Mint Authority, Freeze Authority. Okay, hasn't checked all this stuff, but we could check it later on. But you can go to RockCheck and check it yourself. Dev Signals, not checked. You can go check out Dev Signals because I have a paid service for all this stuff, by the way. I just haven't implemented it yet. Widely circulated as Mr. Beats. This is probably bullshit, but we'll see. Only proceed after verifying 1, the exact contract above, 2, LP status, locked burnt, and this is what you should do. And if you, so this is what you should do if you want to get into that coin. That said, let's also check it out at Is My Coin Dead. Even though it's new, it's probably not going to work because it's too new, if that's the one you're talking about. But yeah, see, it's too new. So there's your answer. So I'm not sure if you're shilling it or if you are if it's a sincere question, obviously. I haven't checked your name in the chat. So, but this is what you get with a crypto factor. If anybody asks me to, shows a coin and tells me to check it, guess what? I can check it in a few seconds. So be very wary about shilling scams, if it's a scam. See, this is why I make these tools, to help you, but to help me on my live streams, and so people don't pull one over on me. I can just quickly check. So now when people ask me about coins, boom, and now you have the tools to also check coins yourself. Again, it's completely free. AICryptoSuite.com. Everyone should go and book this. AICryptoSuite.com. Go bookmark this page. I'll even pin it because it will save your ass. Right? It will save your ass. Go to that. I'll leave it linked in the description down below as well, but go check it out. Use it. Don't be stupid. Bookmark it. It's free. I spent many hours putting a lot of information and programming this shit for you guys. Have you ever charted prediction markets to see which type of questions usually pay out? No. Not a bad idea. But I don't think we'll do it. Yes, that pick, thanks. Okay. Can you show us how to set up a solo miner? Yes, I can. I will do in a future video. I will. That's my plan. I have one. I'm ordering more, so maybe I could show you a step-by-step guide and unboxing and how to set it up. So no Valhalla this cycle. I'm only responsible for what I say, not what you understand. Please go re-watch my live stream and understand exactly what I'm saying. Because if we do actually get that right shoulder, altcoins can go Valhalla, but most people are going to get wrecked because they're not going to take profits on the way up and then we might drop down. So just be very careful and re-watch this video. Is buying XRP a good investment? I would say no. Not right now. And look, this is coming from somebody that told you this whole cycle and last cycle that you're going to miss a cycle, which I told you to get out of XRP and not to buy it in the last cycle. It's not going to do anything, and it didn't. You missed an entire cycle if you didn't listen to me. Then I was saying for this cycle, to buy it when it breaks 72 cents to $1 and to take profits at $3, then you can reevaluate and see if it goes up. If it goes up again and passes $3, then it can go to $4 to $7 by the end of the bull cycle. If it doesn't and it goes down, then do not buy it. You're probably going to lose. Make sure you take profits. So this is coming from somebody that's not just biased. I don't like XRP. I'll be honest with you. I don't like XRP, but I gave you the trade. And right now I'm saying, no, it's not a good coin to buy. In my personal opinion, I'm not holding an XRP. I don't want you to short it. I'm not saying anything like that, but I particularly don't think it's a good time to buy. I might be wrong. You do you. But I would rather hold Bitcoin, Solana, Hype, and other coins. Aster, Paul, what do you think about L2 like Arbitrum? I think there's too many of them and they're not needed. And I was saying this forever, and that's why I didn't buy any. All right, anyway, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Again, go check out AICryptoSuite.com. You're stupid if you don't go there and just fucking bookmark it. It's a free value. When people catch up to it and everyone starts using it and make tools like it, everyone's going to forget all about the crypto factor giving it to you this early. Okay, these are exceptional tools. So go check it out, right? And please like this video for support. Share it with a friend. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.